I'm Yoav Kraim. I'm a co-manager of the social change department in Beit Shapiro, and I'm an activist in rights for people with disabilities since I was in my youth. I myself have cerebral palsy and learning disabilities like dyslexia, dysgraphia, and ADHD. And okay, my community is actually another country. I'm speaking to you from Israel, and I think the ADA Act was very much influenced on every democratic country in terms of human rights. It was U.S. lead the way, and in Israel, 2 years after we started to work on a similar law in our country, and and we learn a lot from your act. There is a human rights for people with disability law. It's not perfect. We have a lot to work on in order to make it in the way that we want. But we are in a very good place, and we continue to improve all the time. I think the biggest problem of the human rights for people with disability movement in my country and in others as well is that human rights organizations don't see us as a public they need to defend. We're still seeing in the community, in the policy making, as a group who needs health services, welfare services, and we're not taking seriously as a human rights issue. The challenge is even deeper because we didn't convince yet the people with disabilities that our situation is mostly a human rights issue. And we need to do the work inside our community. My whole life is activism on human rights for people with disabilities. And in these days, I'm managing the social change department in Beit Shapiro. We are working through the Knesset, the Israeli parliament, and with dialogue with the government in order to improve legislation on people with disabilities rights. And we have social policy department. We are working on leadership center for people with disability in order to help people with disability achieve accessible way to the decision makers in order to make the phrase "nothing about us without us" a reality for the community of people with disabilities. Hopefully, all my life I will be connected to human rights, not only for people with disability. I think the biggest challenge of all is to make human rights part of every person life on this earth. I see myself as part of the big human rights movement, and I work on disability field because I'm part of this community, but it's actually to promote weakness of every human being and to make sure that every person will get his right and his opportunity to give to the world what he has to give.